Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. So we are lobster hoop netting for California Spiny Lobster. Lots of fun. You do it essentially fall, winter, and then it shuts off season-wise in this year. It's about March 20th, so about the third weekend March. You drop these hoops down and you just let them soak. You put bait in these bait tubes, that white thing that's in the middle of the net. You put bait in that, fresh dead live sardines. Let me say that again. So fresh dead sardines that were live a second ago, then you killed them to put them into the bait tube is the best thing to use. It's the only thing I've ever used. Hoop netting. Again, no expert, just a guy that's been a few times and saw hoop netting here and there, and then I saw another captain named Justin Petrell doing some live hoop netting online, and definitely motivated me to go out and try it last year, my first time. So there's a lobster and a stingray, so you never know what is going to come up in the net when you are hoop netting.
Yeah, there you go. Grab them now.
So let's see. Buddy grabs him by the antenna. So what are we doing right now? We are measuring the carapace of the lobster with this gauge. Yeah, he's see, he's legal by a good quarter inch. So we were doing pretty good this night. They call it the crawl. If the crawl is on, it's like the fish are biting. And he has a beautiful view of the ceiling. But no, we're back to hoop netting. So let's see what we pull up. Got a crab and a lobster. So that's legal lobster. I can tell just by looking at it. It's got to be legal. Yeah, he's legal. I can tell by the comparing to his hand.
We don't even have to measure him, but we will.
See,
He's about
Captain says we don't even need to measure him, but we will. Now these guys, all their strength is in their tail. That creaking sound are their antennas. Alright, so let's see what else. So there's some more lobsters. So this night was pretty good. If you're pulling up hoop nets with 1-2 legal lobsters in it at a time, you're going to limit out, no problem. You just kind of scratch away at it. All right, that's a really good pull.
Watch that line in the water.
Watch the line in the water. You always have to watch the line for the engines. You're not very deep, so we're in a bay at this point. Maybe 20 feet was about as deep as it was. So that little metal gauge, everyone on the boat has to have one of those. It's the law. So if you have 5 people on the boat hoop netting, you're supposed to have 5 lobster gauges.
Nice big one.
There's another one that's good size. You take those all day long.
Are you sure?
The state record,
You got that one?
spiny lobster, is like 19 pounds of some sort, or something in some ounces. That's a huge lobster. I can't imagine how big. The thing must just look like a alien. 19-pound lobster. So another thing, so this is my first time going, and I was wearing jeans, which is definitely the worst thing to wear because they get soaked. So you notice, not the captain, but the guys that are actually doing the pulling, they are wearing waterproof pants, waterproof shoes, even wear a waterproof jacket. Basically dress like it's gonna downpour on you, because it will. Every time you pull up one of those hoop nets, all this water comes overboard. So right now we're just counting lobsters. Again, you can get 7 per person. as long as they have their lobster card.
Yeah, they're gonna turn this water off, so make sure that
Their bodies, like their legs, they're made to go backwards. So you can kind of see on that one, when he starts flapping his tail, his legs all kind of collapse in on his body to make him as aerodynamic in the water as possible. Pretty cool.
10 on the deck.
So we have 10 on the deck.
Easy with them. No problem.
is that 10 or 11?
That's 10.
That's 10. So we're using the small bait tank because the big bait tank wasn't working. But yeah, you just put them in the bait tank. You fill up the bait tank. You don't really have bait in the bait tank because you just put the bait in a 5-gallon bucket and then smash it up. And then you fill up your bait tank as if you were going to, and then you just throw the lobsters in the bait tank. So they live. Lots of fun. You're always looking, these guys always are hanging around structure, rocks, crevices, pier, pilings, things like that. So you really have to know what you're doing. You have to watch the swell because you're pulling up next to rocks, and if the swell gets too big, it can make some places unfishable just because your boat will get thrown into the rocks.
15, right?
Yep. 15. So we're only about halfway there as far as what we caught, and then we caught some more. So that one on top, definitely a keeper. He's huge. So you can see,
Look at that thing.
so that gauge right there
That's a meal.
is 3 inches.
Dude, that's like a family pack. It's like over an inch.
Alright, hold this dude down.
Yeah.
I'll pull this down.
And the other
There you go.
measuring
This guy may be legal. He just might have been eclipsed
space
by
on
that
that
guy.
gauge is for crabs. So you
guys
can
are putting
keep
all the
crabs
legal
when
ones?
you are
Oh, that guy's legal.
hoop netting.
Look at that. He just looks
You're
slow
not
because he's
allowed to
like
keep
a big
finfish
fatty.
if you pull them
You
up
see that?
in your hoop. You gotta throw those back, even if they're in season. You can pull up sharks, swell sharks.
I'm pretty sure
We
it's
pulled up
waterproof.
moray eel before.
That's a 6.
So I stick my GoPro in the water with them. They call these things bugs. They're basically bugs. Really cool creatures. They sense their food with their antennas. They don't use their eyeballs. They have really, really strong mouths. They have like these little mouths that will just pinch you and it will hurt. And so that's some hoop netting, and I highly recommend you get out there and do it. It's a lot of fun. It's easy. And I did another video on some lobster mac and cheese. So check that one out. If you like this video, please like, subscribe. Until then, kill something, drag it back to the cave and eat it. See ya.